Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning, everyone. Ugh, I gotta get up. Why do I have to get up? Because I don't have my charger here. Darn it. I don't even know where my charger is. Oh, so annoyed right now. I'm so annoyed, everyone. I had it because I did the horoscopes yesterday. Here it is. See if it needs a little charging. Nope. How's everyone doing today? Where's my phone? Ugh, I had to get my phone. Why am I so lopsided today? You know why I'm lopsided? Because we're going to have to talk about a topic that has been constant in America, just constant, right? Other countries have had similar problems, not to the degree as America, and that is school shootings. That's why I'm lopsided today. It's like, it's hard to be ha ha funny funny when I know that there's a 9-year-old not waking up this morning to go to school. That doesn't make me happy, guys. Hi, Sandra Joe. How are you, sweetie? Hi, Volvo. Hey, Cookie. Hi, Volvo. How are you? So that doesn't make me happy to know that there are, was it 3 children that's not going to be with their parents today? And we still have politicians, right, that won't address the issues. And we still have people that will support their politicians at all costs, right? You all still think this is a matter of the right to bear arms. You do not have a right to own an AK 47. No one has the right to legally own that type of weapon for mass destruction. But we keep saying it over and over again. Now, are we now Nashville strong? Is that the word that we're going to be using now? Oh, we're Nashville strong. No, no, none of you are strong. America is the weakest country I've ever met that won't deal with issues and let children die. We are horrible, horrible people to constantly let this happen. And you all have leaders that let this go down constantly. Two of those guns were brought legally. There's something wrong with us that we can't face our fears about guns, but think it's okay to let children die. There's something wrong with that. I don't know about you guys, but I would think if the school system is not doing right, if your politicians are not doing right, homeschool your kids. Figure something else out. Homeschool your kids. Make your employers allow you to work from home. Just have a big resignation from the school system. The school system is a multi-billion-dollar operation in any any state. They need your kids in school. They make money off your kids in school. They make money off the bodies of the live children that come to school. If they can't protect your kids, pull them. Enough already. It's so disturbing. It's so mortifying. Like, I can't even imagine the hurt and the pain that another parent is going through today. The last school shooting wasn't enough for any of you to not have your politicians drawn into this, to let them know you will not be getting voted back in. I want somebody that's going to deal with gun reform and school reform. This school had glass doors, glass front doors. I don't expect the school to look like a prison. I just expect the school to be safe. And I think everybody needs to be looking at their school system and saying, wow, these glass doors could be a problem. We need money from the state or the city to fix this. And it's not about having school security. That's never going to be the problem. It's also not about having metal detectives. That's not going to be the problem. This was a simple school in Nashville. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I can't be happy go lucky Tracey, laughing, joking Tracey, when three kids don't get to wake up with their parents today. I don't get it. I want better for our children. Oh my God. What's a psalm for children, guys? 91 Psalm is a psalm for protection. Let me see if I see one specifically for children. Ah, this Psalm 23, huh? What is Psalm good for kids? Psalm 1. What psalm protects children? 18. Lord, I pray that you are my child's refuge and fortress, the God in whom they can and should put their trust. I pray that no evil shall be allowed to befall on my child. No plague shall come near its tent. Let me see, guys. We look at Psalm 18. I have my book of Psalms with my paper notes for my personal reason, but I might include this because I want to stop the school shootings. I want us all to stop the school shootings. Oh, it's long. It's a good psalm, though. See the part where it says, anybody else knows a good psalm for children? What psalm is children blessings from God? Hi, guys. I guess for right now, 91 is the best because it is a psalm of protection, overall protection. Just go to 91 until I could do better. I asked Lord to send something to me that I could offer up his prayer. So this is for the prayer of the Nashville kids. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor the pestilence that walk in darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it will not come near thee. Say this psalm over your children every day. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash their own foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou tremble under feet, because he has set his love upon me. Therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him. I will honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. So I'm just going to go straight into CNN today, because I just want to. Some things are hard for me to look at on the news. Sorry if I'm a little quiet today. Sorry if, I can't be goofy Tracy today. It's the five things CNN March. Can you guys believe it's already March 28th? Damn. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you. All right, guys. I am your CNN correspondent on YouTube. I'm unofficially, your YouTube correspondent. Also, if you want a reading with me, right? 213-458-7408. Also, I want you guys to understand, this is really important because I need to get this across. I want you guys to understand that all your readings will not be coming up roses, right? If we can have school shootings, how can you expect your personal readings to be like, oh, you're going to have a great life, right? I can give the readings the way Spirit gives me the readings. And it always can't be blessings, right? But it is readings that you need to listen to regardless. Because you're calling me for a reason, whether you know it or whether or not I know it, there's a reason. So there's prep work, emotional prep work, spiritual prep work, right? And sometimes, if you know something's going to be a certain way for the next few months, be willing to know that, right? Be willing to understand it. Be willing not to be caught off guard. But allow the reading to land without it looking like, oh, you're going to win the lottery. Oh, the man of your dreams is coming through, and he's coming through in a knight in shining armor. Like, get out of here. Everyone, like, we have to be realistic. Kids died in Nashville. Don't expect your readings to be coming up roses. I almost want to say, how? How? Because we're not participating enough for your readings to come up roses. So as you're calling me, don't forget that the world is having a problem. America's having a problem. Your neighbors are having a problem. Like, I want to take care of you too. But don't forget that there's something else going on and that we have to simultaneously deal with what's going on in the world and what's going on in our personal lives. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Hi, Mrs. Shea, Florida. Thank you, Ifasheye. That's right, Tracy. Good or bad reading, it's better to know than not know. It gives us a chance to fix things. Really does. So sometimes you're going to get a reading that's like, oh, that wasn't what I wanted to hear. And it's like, um, you needed to hear this. And funny thing is, I can't even find enough good, right? Because if you're not looking at what's happening, then spirit is showing me they can't, this is going to go down because they can't see. So then I tell you, and you still can't see. You get the readings to prep, to fix, to change. Like, it doesn't, the bad doesn't have to show up, right? So one good example is if I tell you that there's a guy coming along and he's a piece of shit, that's not me and spirit bringing a guy to you. That's you choosing the guy that's a piece of shit. But to know it is like, oh, I wonder if this is the piece of shit guy. But that's not what happens. What happens is the guy comes along, he macks you, tells you what he needs. Most times they need a place to live. You fall for it. He moves in, never has a job. Like, drug dealer, that's my favorite. Drug dealer. Come into your house with children. Drug dealer. But somehow you want all of this to work. When the character that walked in your house, it's not doable. So I just want you to listen to the reading. Not do the reading with me. I don't need help. I promise you. I don't need help. Don't do it with me. Just listen. Just listen. And sometimes, guys, when you don't listen, I shut down. I stop talking. The messages, boom. And I'm like, and they're like, don't waste your money being better than me. Listen to me. Thank you. Yes, expecting every reading to be rainbows and butterflies is so unrealistic, in my opinion. Just prepare to change it. Work toward changing anything that's negative. Because, I mean, and think about it. Think about it. Let's go back to our lifetimes. And how many times has something deplorable happened in your life? How many times? And think about that if you would have had a heads up, maybe you could have fixed things. That's why I'm here. But don't call me and want to stay the same, especially when I go, you need to look at this right here because this is a problem. And maybe it's not your problem. Maybe it's the personality of the person that you're dealing with, right? If I tell you your child is out of control, that child's out of control because spirit don't even show me kids. So if I see something and I see that your child's out of control, snatch him up, relocate him, like put him in a military academy, do anything. I say him, but it could be a girl too. Do anything to fix the problem. All right, guys? Please. All right. The 5 things you need to know. Exactly. You're giving them a heads up that most people wish they had. I wish somebody would have told me my husband was cheating. I wish somebody would have told me my wife wasn't meant for me. I would have never married her. That's what I'm there for. I'm not doom and gloom. Clearly, I'm not doom and gloom. I've been doing this for too long to offer up doom and gloom. But we are in an era of doom and gloom. It's coming. Prepare. That's not biblical. The world is showing you. The banks are showing you, your governments. France, revolution over retirement age. That I find hilarious. Fighting, throwing fire. What? That actually tickles me. There are no bigger issues. If we're gonna overthrow the government because of retirement age, is it me or do I find that like that just tickles me black? I'm sorry. Oh, France. Look at Israel. I'm, I know what they're fighting for, but I forgot what they're fighting for. But at least the fighting will stop them from killing the Palestinians. Who else is fighting right now? Oh, the UK. They've had like 12,000 strikes since January. Oh my God. All right, let's read about the 5 things you need to know for March: school shooting, chemical spill, chemical spill, Israel, student loans. Y'all need to, you know what, America? Wait, if France can fight over uh, retirement age, which is hilarious, America, you should be protesting student loans. Protest. You should be I feel like my hands are sticky. I was making candles last night, so my spray bottle. Oh, yeah, my spray bottle is in the other room. Because what you guys don't know is that every container gets wiped down with Florida water. You get a clean vessel. That's what I do. I do. I so much care. hmm I do. All right. Enough about me. You know me. I'll stay on me. Okay, Tracy, breathe. Breathe. Relax my shoulders. After traumatic events like school shootings, parents often struggle with how to talk to their children about the upsetting headlines. This is how you can have an open conversation about gun violence with kids while calming their anxiety. Fuck that. Take your kids out of school. I don't believe in that. Police in Nashville are working to uncover a motive in a mass shooting that deleted 6 people at a Christian elementary school on Monday. The shooter, identified as 28-year-old former student, was shot and killed by police during the attack, leaving behind drawn out maps of the campus detailing how this was all going to take place. Police said 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults were deleted in this tragedy. 2 of the victims were school employees. One was the head of the school, and the other a custodian. Thank you, A. Walker. Why didn't CNN go into more details? Bunch of cowards. Bunch of cowards. CNN, you're just as cowardly as the next person. Um, these new details. The community wants the victims. Why don't we know the victim's name? Not the victim, the shooter's name. Why is that a secret? Also, I'm wondering how, before I went to bed last night, I was told the title was Trans School Shooter, right? I wake up this morning and there's no thing here as trans being listed. Let me see. Hmm, let me see something, guys. A shooter armed with 2 assault style rifles and a handgun. The suspect, identified by police as Aubrey Hale, 28, of Nashville, had a detailed map of Covenant School, a school for students in preschool through 6th grade, and allegedly shot through the door to gain entry to the school. They do have footage of that. The children are identified as Evelyn Dakehouse, Hallie Shrugs, William Kinney, all 9 years old. The slain adults were identified as Cynthia Peak, 61, Mike Hill, 61, and Catherine Kuntz, 60, who was the head of the school, according to police. Peak was a substitute teacher and Hill was a custodian, according to investigators. The suspect was shot and killed by authorities in a lobby area on the second floor of the school, roughly 14 minutes after the 911 call was placed. 14 minutes is still too long of a time. That's just me. Nashville Police Chief John Drake had said the suspect was female and identified as transgender, but didn't immediately provide more details. A police spokesman later told ABC the shooter was assigned female at birth, but pointed to a social media account linked the shooter that included the use of pronouns he and him. That doesn't make them transgender, he and him. Drake also said authorities believe the suspect was a former student, but you're not sure. No one who was shot survived. Drake said he literally moved to tears to see the young students as they were ushered out the building. The suspect was armed with at least two assault rifles, a handgun. At least two of those weapons were purchased legally. They said the shooting was reported at 10:13. The suspect was dead at 10:27. I see the difference. I mean, if I lived in Uvalde, Texas, where are those kids going to school? Because none of, no, never go back to school ever again. No, not worth it. You will be homeschooled. Jill Biden says our children deserve better because she knows she's a teacher. So we need work reform. So female parents or male parents can stay at home. We need work reform. Jill Biden. And we have to offer up less and less. The whole time we were on COVID, there wasn't one single school shooting. So that says a lot. Somebody says six more innocent lives taken, but it's not the guns. Wake up, people, someone wrote. We have to fight for change, someone wrote. We have to fight our politicians. We have to. Some of them are so old anyway with antiquated thoughts. Some of them are brought by lobbyists. Like, it's just despicable the way the system is set up. All right. Like, I'm in pain right now. I'm in so much pain. All right. Moving on. Chemical spill. My God, people. Philadelphia officials are set to provide an update on the city's water supply this morning following a recent chemical spill in the Delaware River that left many residents concerned about possible contamination. City officials have said the water supply is safe to drink and use until at least 3:30 p.m. local time today. Do not drink that water, prompting many people to snag bottled water from quickly emptying grocery store shelves. About 40 water quality tests conducted as of Monday afternoon showed no indication of contamination. Many residents, however, have expressed frustration and confusion over officials' repeated statements that the city water is safe, even after they initially asked residents to drink bottled water as a precaution. Here's what you don't know: they knew about this a week ago. They waited a whole week to announce this. So, is the water safe a week later? That's the game that they're playing on Philadelphian residents. It wasn't safe a week ago, and they made no announcement. Really? Yeah, I don't know if it's a male female thing, to be honest with you. I think they're learning to just go in and take down the shooter. After Uvalde, I think they're learning to just not. That's the first thing that came to mind. Not that, because when you look at the footage, you can't tell it's a female. And I'm sure their assumption was it was a male. Let's not make that into a problem. But I think that since Uvalde, they're going in to delete the shooter on the spot, not try to save their life. You know, that's what I thought when I saw this. Israel, oh my Lord, Israel in battle. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced Monday that he will delay plans to overhaul. Oh, look what protesting can do, people, if we did it with guns. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced Monday that he will delay plans to overhaul the country's judicial system amid widespread strikes and protests that people won throughout the country. Netanyahu said he would delay votes on the remaining legislation until after Knet's Passover recess in April to give time for a real chance for a real debate. But it remains unclear if that would be enough to calm the protests. Don't stop protesting, people. This is a joke with Netanyahu. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has steadily scaled up its rhetoric on the situation, saying recently it was watching the concern. Blah, 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 blah. Stop giving Israel money, Biden. All right, I'm over it. Student loans. Is this not depressing? That's why you want to hear stories from me. You want to hear my life and my stories. You don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear all this. This is depressing. Fuck. President Joe Biden's student loan debt relief program faces a new threat from Senate Republicans after nearly 40 senators introduced a resolution Monday to overturn the plan. Republicans after nearly, okay. Additionally, the measure aims to end the pandemic-related pause on federal student loan payments. Oh my God. Which has been in place since March 2020. If the resolution succeeds in both the Senate and the House, Biden would most likely step in and utilize his presidential veto power. But votes could force members of his own party, who have all been in support of the student loan forgiveness program, to take a public stance. In the meantime, the program remains blocked as student loan borrowers wait in limbo until the Supreme Court issues its ruling. This is not a nice Supreme Court. This Supreme Court is not for the people. All right, moving on. Disney, the rat. He's a rat. Or a mouse. He's a rat. Disney's a rat. Disney is making major cuts to its workforce. With layoffs to impact about 7,000 jobs. CEO Bob Iger said Monday in a memo to staff obtained by CNN. Iger said the layoffs will come in waves stretching into the summer. The cuts to Disney's global workforce are a part of the multi-billion-dollar cost-cutting initiative. They're going to attack Disney across the globe. I mean, employees. If they say 7,000, it's really like 20,000. I promise you. Oh, come on, girl. Get a reading. Absolutely. The cuts to Disney's global workforce are part of a multi-million-dollar cost-cutting initiative. Multi-billion-dollar. Oh my God. Cost-cutting initiative. Multi-billion-dollar. That's not 7,000 jobs, guys. Oh my God, the difficult reality of many colleagues and friends leaving Disney is not something we take lightly. The sweeping job cuts were announced by Iger last month after the company released better than expected financial results, blah, 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 blah. Mm. All right. You know Disney's going bankrupt, right? We're clear about that. I mean, what is it? Multi-billion dollar? Let me read that again. Guys, I'm wondering if a cut of 7,000 jobs represents about 3% of its global workforce, about 220,000 employees. Hmm. So if they have 220,000 employees and they're supposedly only cutting 7,000, then they're cutting from the top. If this is a multi-billion dollar cost cutting initiative, multi-billion dollar cost cutting initiative, they're getting rid of people from the top. I want to see if Disney, what do you call amusement parks, are going to close down. Let me do a reading on that. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Disney amusement parks. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Disney amusement parks are your love. They're your beloved. They make so many people happy. Please authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 Will Disney amusement parks shut down? You know, because there's a play on words here, right? Because what they're saying is that they're going to cut 7,000. They're not saying where, right? And I was watching a video. I believe it was Molly McCord. Molly McCord said, was it Molly McCord? It doesn't really matter. Someone said, I think it was Molly, she said, if you're wanting or been desiring to take a trip to Disney amusement parks, do it now, then later. Because there won't be a later. These things will be shutting down. So I'm going to check it. Oh, I'm always ready for a reading. Oh, thank you, sweets Carmel. All right. 3 of Cups. So I'm going to say yes. And 3 international ones will shut down. But I don't know where any of them are. 3 international ones will shut down. Is there one in Japan or Tokyo? That's Japan, right? No, Red Roses, no. Yes and no, but Disney has been failing in its operations for quite some time. It doesn't help that DeSantis is in a fight with Disney. That doesn't help because Disney used to get a lot of tax breaks that they absolutely needed. But even when Disney got wealthy, Disney never gave back to the people in Florida. And also, I'm learning, guys, that with Pluto in Capricorn for the last 44 years, and Capricorn is all about money, that everyone thrived under Pluto in Capricorn. Thrived. But thrive by way of corruption too. But that's not the point. But they thrive financially. So you're going to see a lot of companies that you think would never go. How is that possible? This company should never go under. Companies that thrived in the last 44 years can't be sustainable because the method of them operating is under greed, selfishness, mine, all mine. Pluto is entering Aquarius, and Aquarius is the sign of servitude to others, right? Disney is not about servitude to others. Disney is about making money by way of the products that they make, not by way of service. Same thing goes for the Kardashians. They made a mint under Pluto in Capricorn. But because they don't know how to transition into service to others, none of them, you're going to see the downfall of the Kardashians. Oh, there is one in Tokyo. Okay. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are better than me. Japan, China, France, Paris. Just a few of their international locations. China has to close down. I feel like, actually, I feel like the top three here, France, China, and Japan, has to close down. I don't think they're making money right now. Since the COVID, probably. I think this is all COVID related. So I'm going to stick with France, China, Japan. But I'm also going to let you know that it'll be at least three. It'll be at least three internationally. But other things are going to take effect. Any water related parks to Disney will shut down here in America, right? Any water related issues, any water parks will not be sustainable. Remember this. Anything that Disney owns that is water related, I give it 2 years. In America, try as you might, I think they're going to make one of the biggest efforts to keep the Disney park open in Hollywood, Florida. Is it Hollywood, Florida? Where is it? And the one in Anaheim in California. Try as you might, I think they're going to try and keep those two open. Any water parks? No. There are water ones in California. They won't be sustainable. Not at all. I promise you. Ow. All right. I get the Four of Wands. So maybe up to four, guys. Maybe up to four. Maybe one in America. Maybe the one in Florida, because Red Roses, DeSantis is truly trying to cripple Disney. Disney doesn't want to lose their power. Look at that steel this man has on and how sad he is. But the children aren't coming. Pandemic and galactic kids aren't going to need um, Disney in that way. Sorry, guys. Your era is over, Disney. It is because of money. And the bigger problem is that if there were any government monies that they would, I think, normally get, they're not getting government money. So that's a problem too. Um, but there are some moral issues with Disney, and those moral issues are going to begin to come up, right? I get the tower, so there definitely is going to be a breakdown. This is just the beginning. The announcement of 7,000 jobs is the beginning. Within the next 2 years, you will see water parks first, and then in between that, you could see one international one going down, and then 6 months, another one. Like, I get a woman at the forefront of this, and I also get a man at the forefront, and they work together. They're together. So this is Igor and some other high powered woman in the Disney family. I think Igor came back to dismantle Disney. It was designed for him to come back to do that because he's not staying. This job is not permanent. He's coming back to fix things. And then I get the Ace of Cups. And what they're trying to do more than anything is maintain the love that you all have for Disney. So I really feel like more movies are going to be kicking out faster and quicker so that you guys don't notice that they're having money issues. I also think the money that gets generated um, is part of something that they can use to salvage other parts of Disney, the money that comes in through movies, whereas normally they wouldn't share the money throughout Disney. If movies make money, they take the movie money and they put it back into more movies. That's not what's going to happen. The movies is actually going to save Disney. So we should see a plethora of movies coming out because Disney does not want you to see how bad they're doing. Oh, really? Water parks are fun but wasteful. Won't be missed. There you go. Went to a water park in Italy and it was so much fun. Really? I don't think I've ever been to a water park. I don't think so. No. Oh, yeah, merchandising. Yeah, I'm sure they do make a lot of money off of merchandising. That goes along with movies, right? That's all under the same umbrella. Just do a few more cards here. Get a couple of people again. Another man, which I feel like there's another man here. There's the same woman here, same woman as before. And just on the fence about what Disney is going to look like. They can't really figure out these changes. They have too big a financial chains to really assess the future right now. They can't assess it. Look, the man comes up again. So 2 men and 1 woman. I believe this is the same woman. Gardaland. It was near Campster. We stayed at Gardaland. That's so cool. I didn't know Italy had a water park. There's going to be a lot of confusion. The money is depleting. There's no money. Disney's the biggest industry in media mogul is going out of business. Let me pick a card here. It's crazy. So crazy. All right, Disney. Sorry to see you go, but to be honest with you, please like this video. You do it for me, you do it for others. To be honest with you, Disney is responsible for the working wages in Florida. And fantastic nurses work in Florida and don't make the same amount of money as nurses in California because Disney is the biggest employer. So maybe Disney has to go because people aren't living well enough. Okay? Final outcome for Disney, right side up, seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The hell? Seeker, right side up. May begin search with earthly curiosity, but has at its core the pursuit of wisdom and truth wherever they're to be found. Look for a lifetime pattern of constantly moving from one potential source of wisdom or truth to another. All right, that kind of makes sense. It's related to a wanderer or a vagabond or a nomad, which Disney has that essence, right? Just opening up. But right side up, the seeker is looking to do good, is looking to change their reputation. At its core, it's looking for truth, which is very, very responsible behaviors coming from Disney. Because Disney hasn't always been healthy for people or children for that matter. So if they're looking to change themselves in the Pluto and Aquarius era, maybe they're doing the right thing. And maybe you have to get rid of a lot of people and their income to start all over again. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't know. Disney is going to have to prove to us that they're capable of being better. Oh, sweetie, you're never late. Oh, campsite. Oh, thank you, Lottie. All right, I just wanted to see what's going to happen with Disney. There is a multi-billion-dollar layoff. It will lead to closing down amusement parks. America will definitely be affected, and I'm worried that Florida will not survive this. Right? So there could be up to 4 amusement parks closing down, but I also see it within the next 2 years. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. So, because I have my heart is with dead children right now. And this is what I do. I talk to the dead. I want to make sure that I'm prayerful for all of these children that had to pass away yesterday. So I'm going to take some time and pray for them. And whenever you guys get the chance, I don't care if you're in the bathroom stall of your workplace, take some time to pray for these little souls that are probably in shock, and just let them know to go to the light. You're safe now. Go be with God. However, you can rest assured that if there are any relatives that have passed over, they would have been met by those relatives. Okay, guys? And if we can take a stand, find a way to take a stand. Find a community that participates in getting rid of assault rifles in your state. Find out what you can do. And then tell everyone. Tell them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Let people know what you're doing to make sure this never happens. All right, guys? I love you all. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown